So this is a tough one. Oris versus Longines. Which watch brand is better? Which one offers better value, and which one would you go for? Now, I'm not going to just give you a conclusive answer saying that one brand is better than the other. Both of these brands are completely different from both the design and the technical aspect. What I'm going to do is just have a discussion with you guys on both of these brands' history, their expertise, their specialities, and their current offerings. So you can kind of decide for yourself which brand better works for you. Let's get into it. When looking at the history of both Oris and Longines, Longines definitely has richer history. Oris is relatively new, even though it's older than Rolex. Oris was founded in 1904, whereas Longines was founded in 1832, so more than 100 years before Oris. So after being founded in 1904 in Holstein, Switzerland, in 1927, Jacques-David Lecoultre became president of Oris's board of directors. The same Lecoultre who about 10 years later joined with Jaeger to form GLC. So it's no surprise that in 1952, Oris was able to manufacture its own in-house automatic movement. The big crown created in 1938 featured a pointer date function. Remember, this was at a time when date windows weren't a thing. So Oris was actually one of the earliest watch brands to popularize dates on watches. Now, when looking at the specialty of this brand, because every brand has a theme, a niche, Oris focuses on sports watches. All of these watches, all of these offerings are tool watches. On the other hand, you have Longines. Founded in 1832, it has done a lot of things for the watch industry. For example, Longines created the oldest trademark in watchmaking. It created the first rotating bezel on a watch. It also created the first chronograph in a pocket watch in 1878, and so much more. So a lot of history with chronographs, a lot of history with world timers. It's so important for the watch world. As for their specialties in watches, their style, it's more towards dressier pieces and heritage pieces. So they do have a lot of sports watches, but even those are a bit more formal, a bit more elegant than rugged tool watches. The most complicated Longines is a Master Collection moon phase chronograph that features a Longines caliber L687, which is basically a modified ETA Valjoux 7751. This is a dressy watch, comes in 40 and 42 millimeter case size, and costs around $3,300. On the other hand, the most complicated Oris is not complicated in the traditional sense, it's complicated in a more practical sense, and that is the ProPilot X skeleton. This larger watch comes with a 10-day power reserve, thanks to its in-house automatic movement, the caliber 115. And this Oris costs twice as much as the Longines moon phase. Oris focuses its expertise on practicality. So every watch that Oris has, it's made to be used in daily life. And the ProPilot X not just offers 10 days of power reserve, but also offers 10 years of service intervals and 10 years warranty. The whole idea of this was that once you have this watch, you don't need to get it serviced as often. You don't have to worry about winding it that often. And I think as watch collectors, on one hand, you have the romantic side of watch collecting, but at the end of the day, people still buy quartz because they are easier to maintain. This is Oris's response to that, improving the current state of mechanical watches. Which one has a better collection? For this, you have to understand that Longines has a wider range of watches. Within their dive watches, they have 3 different styles of divers. They have multiple everyday style watches. They've got aviation watches. They have dress watches, complications. Oris's offering is a bit more controlled. It's very concise, and I kind of like that. It's no nonsense. You kind of go in, you have the Aquas, you have the pointer date, you have the ProPilot X, and you have a few others, but those are some of the more well-known Oris watches. Within those offerings, they are very, very playful. Like they create a lot of options with different case sizes, different dial colors, different dial textures, case materials, all of that kind of stuff. Whereas Longines is not as playful with their watches. And finally, it's all about independent brand versus a brand that's part of a bigger umbrella, the Swatch Group. But when you get into Oris, you feel that you are part of a community. They don't do celebrity endorsements. They instead have events. They support sustainable causes, ocean cleanup, water cleanup. They've got their own global social clubs, and that is run by Oris. That's something that you experience with bigger brands. Oris does that. Longines, not so much. You kind of just buy that watch. You have the history that comes with it. You just have the watch and you enjoy the watch, and that's it. Again, one is not better than the other, but both of these are offering something very, very different. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? This was just kind of a brainstorming session for me. I love certain models from both of these brands so much that it's kind of difficult for me to even decide on which one to go for. So again, let me know in the comments, what do you think about both of these brands? Which one do you prefer? Do support this channel by hitting the like, subscribe, and the notification bell, all of that YouTube good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.